Welcome, everybody, to the Red Rock City Lifestyle Podcast, a space where we dig into the city's gems, to community leaders, to the best in class and local businesses. I'm your host, Camilla Durand. Here today we have Tori at Justina, Acne Clinic by Justina. And Justina can be with us here today, so Tori's taking over. Welcome, Tori.
Hi, thank you so much for your very warm welcome. Yes, my name is Tori. Unfortunately, Justina couldn't be here today, but I'm very happy to be here. How are you? How's everything been?
Everything's been great. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here to share with our listeners and our followers. Um, Part of what our city has to offer, what's best. And you guys are the leaders, one of the leaders here in town, especially, and I know you have two clinics, one in Summerlin and one in Henderson. You
Mhm.
guys are the leaders in treating skin issues, especially acne,
Yes, that's correct.
right? Yeah. Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about that.
So, Justina has created her whole acne clinic after a long journey of learning about skincare and just the skin in general, as all of her kids have gone through acne themselves.
Hmm.
And throughout the journey, she's found herself creating a specific skincare that is able to help mostly to all people, right? And it's catered mostly to acne clients. We do also help people with anti-aging. So if you have melasma or sun damage, we also help with that. Or most other skin disorders, we can either help with them or at least send you in the right direction, let you know what things you're supposed to do or what treatments you're supposed to do. Maybe if you do have to go to a dermatologist, depending if it's something that's really out of our hands. So
Hmm.
Justina really, back in 2016, it's been quite a while. She started this journey and she really just wanted to help whoever she could, because when
Hmm.
she started learning in school, it was something that she noticed people didn't really lean towards acne. She
Mm.
knew that anti-aging was super popular and it still is, but the
Yeah.
one thing that we noticed wasn't really talked about was acne. Of course, a lot of people have it, a lot of people struggle with it, but Justina said, okay, I'm going to take it into my hands and I'm going to really look into the actual disorders of the skin and what causes acne. So I myself struggled with acne, and before I even started working with Justina, my mom drove on by her Summerlin clinic here on Durango and Desert Inn, and she just saw acne clinic, right? Plain and simple. You're like, okay, well, my daughter suffers with acne. I'm gonna go ahead and just
Mhm.
have her get some help. And when we made that first appointment, I already noticed that it was something serious. It wasn't that they were like, okay, we have all of this skincare, you need to use it, and that's just that. They had an explanation
Mhm.
for everything, and that was something that was new. They really wanted to get to know me and why I was going through what I was going through. And there's many different reasons for acne, but yeah, that was something different for me. So that started a
Wow.
whole different journey. And yes, but all at the beginning, Justina really just noticed acne isn't something that people really specialize in. I'm going to take it
Right.
in my hands. And she started her own skincare, started doing personalized treatments, and little by little, Justina's Acne Clinic and Justina's Corrective Skincare were born.
Yeah, that's really great. It's a great story. She experienced that herself with her kids.
Yes.
You and I know that I've seen pictures of you before
Oh,
and
yeah.
now after each treatment, and it's just amazing the journey with
Mhm.
a clear skin that you've had and how she
Yeah.
helps a lot of like all of the clients that come to her, how
Yeah.
she's really able to help them recover from the disorder, as you call it.
Mhm.
My How long did your journey take? How long did you go from having all that acne to having a clear skin?
So for everyone, it's very case to case. For me, it did take, let's see, I started in December of, I believe, was it 22? And then I was clear by the time it was like maybe May. So it did take a
Six
little bit,
months.
like, yeah, about 6 months, a little bit
Wow.
over. But my thing was I was a really big picker. So that's one of the things we tell a lot of clients, because it's very, very common that you see something under your skin, or you see something, just that little stubborn pimple. Maybe you have
Yeah.
something to go out the next day, or just simply it's just bothering you. You wake up with it and you just pick at it, subconscious, and that's understandable. But I did it a whole lot. And when I started really purging and having a whole lot of pimples, I found it as a playground, and that was not the direction to take, because I ended up making my situation a bit worse. So, could I have gotten clearer before the 6 months? Probably. But I ended up making my
Mm.
situation just a little bit worse, because I kept spreading the bacteria and I kept damaging.
Oh.
So it's
Okay.
all dependent on the client, but for me, it was about a little bit over 6 months.
So tell us what causes acne? You said that there are several reasons, and now you talked about bacteria. So what
Yes.
causes acne?
With acne, like I mentioned, there are going to be many different reasons. And one of the biggest is going to be that it's inherited. Maybe your mom,
Oh.
dad, grandparents, maybe they had acne. And that's something that the kid usually ends up having. But hey, not every kid. And the other is it could be a fungal problem, a bacteria issue. So that goes into sweating, maybe just as simple
Mm.
as doing Pilates or going to the gym just every here and there, to being a athlete where you play every single day and you're constantly sweating, or you're out in the sun. So that will cause a fungal reaction on the skin, and that can cause your acne to progress into something way more.
Mhm.
So along with that, there's things like your diet, your hormones. So, as you see, when people go through puberty, that usually means that they're going through a lot of imbalances with their hormones. And when that happens, you end up purging. And purging means that a lot of acne ends up coming forward to the surface. And when that
Mm.
happens, a lot of people end up freaking out a little bit, but some people take it as, oh, it's just puberty. But hey, say you're past 25 at this point and suddenly you have acne. It's not always going to be a puberty thing, but it's still going to be,
Right.
it can relate to hormones, maybe with pregnancy, or even with certain birth controls that can cause certain types of acne, because of, again, the hormones that it's imbalancing there, the added
Mhm. Mhm.
estrogen, the testosterone, all of that. Um, let's
What
see.
about stress?
Yes, stress, sleep, lack of sleep, all of those are something that cause a lot of acne. So again, that goes as simple as maybe you have a test that you're not ready for, or a job interview, or just general anxiety. And that,
Mhm.
again, is something that some people struggle with. If that's just something, like, if they just have anxiety, then again, their stress levels are already heightened or a more extreme rate, and that can cause more acne. So there's a lot of different reasons, and maybe even a lot of things I didn't mention right now as well. But again, with the
What
diet,
about
you are what you eat, what
yeah,
you,
diet. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. That's what I was gonna ask you because I
yeah,
noticed that when I didn't really have acne growing up,
mm-hmm,
but I started to develop it when I was 25.
yeah,
And, I went to the dermatologist. They gave me that Ruacutan. I don't know. It's like a thing for you to take that you can't have babies.
yeah,
Um, you
yeah,
know, um, and it never went away until I stopped consuming dairy.
mm-hmm, yeah,
And when I eat too much cheese nowadays, which is very rare, but when I eat too much cheese, I can feel like a bump. I'm like, oh, I regret eating that much cheese.
yes, some people really are very sensitive to their diet. And in general, everyone should be more aware of what they ingest,
Hmm.
especially, like, our body is a temple. You really have to
Yeah.
nurture it. So when it comes to that diet, there's going to be certain things that are difficult, especially with your
Hmm.
guilty pleasures, but it's really important to really
Yeah.
clean up that diet, because like you said, maybe you were already past 25 and you were just having diet issues, because especially once
Hmm.
you're past that 25 point, your body already starts to metabolize things differently, and that's already
Oh,
going to
okay.
be an issue. And also, when you have, I don't know if you struggle with allergies, but if you have general allergies, some people
Hmm.
don't realize, but like me, for example, I struggle with really bad allergies with like everything. Apparently, I'm allergic to the city. But I got a scratch test done, and I was actually allergic to a lot more foods than I thought. And
Hmm.
although they were at lower percentages, I was still allergic to them. And because of that, that can cause, again, a disruption in the stomach, comes out on your face, or even in other places of your body. It could even come out as
Right,
odor. So that is why diet is super important. Like I said, even other things besides your acne, odor, your hair, grease, like there's
right.
a lot of different benefits to changing your diet. And that is something that we will always, always get on our clients for when you
Mhm.
begin the acne clearing system.
So, my other question to you is, had you
Yes.
tried to get resolution about your acne? Had you tried to other treatments before you went to Justina?
Yeah. Okay. So it was a little interesting for me because as an esthetician, I'm an advanced esthetician now, and I've been with Justina for about a year. But beforehand, I was just beginning my journey as an esthetician. I had just
Mhm,
gotten my license. I was trying to figure out why my skin was reacting the way that it was, and it was only seemingly getting worse. So to me, it was really a hit on my ego because I was like, well, how am I going into skin and I can't clear
mhm,
my own skin?
for
And
sure.
then, that goes into a whole down spiral. So I ended up trying a esthetician that she was a family friend, I guess. And I thought she was helping at one point because she seemed very educated. She did her treatments very professionally for what I knew at the time. So I was like, okay, like this is great. But what I came to realize was the types of treatments that she was doing were not for my kind of skin type. And I realized
Oh,
that all the extractions she was doing and all the aggressive treatments she was doing on my face, although they could have helped maybe take out a couple of the whiteheads, blackheads that I had in my face, it just ended up inflaming a lot of my skin. Skin
mm.
got angry, and that ended up turning into cystic acne. And
Oh,
not only that,
wow.
but when you have acne, you you need to be as gentle with it as possible, as gentle. And what they had done for me there was they did dermaplaning. And if you don't know what dermaplaning is, it's
Oh,
basically where they
yeah.
shave the peach fuzz on your skin. And there's logic there. Products can penetrate a lot more, but when you have that kind of acne, especially what I had was something called folliculitis, which is fungal acne.
Mm.
And when you have that, it's way easier to spread. So when she shaved that, it was just going all around my face.
Oh, wow.
It was very tough. But so I spent hundreds of dollars on skincare, hundreds of dollars going weekly to get my skin cleared, and it just wasn't working. So I kind of gave up and I tried investigating my own things, and months went by, and I went into like a state of I don't know what to do anymore. And that's when my mom said, hey, I found this acne clinic. It's by this woman, Justina. You should just try it out. At the time, very skeptical. I was like, I mean, I guess, all right, I'll go to someone else. So what else can they do to my face? It already looks this bad.
Right.
Um, so I came, and I actually even cried to Justina and the esthetician that was there at the time because of all of the the trauma that I have gone through,
Mhm.
just with dealing with my skin, the pain of it. Like, if I smile too hard, things would pop, and I get that's a very graphic
Wow.
image, but that's just how extreme it was. So I started the process. I did treatments every 2 weeks. She gave me her entire skincare line, and I was again scared and skeptical because at first you go through this period where everything wants to come up to the surface because it's finally receiving the nurture and the cleanliness that it needs. And it's common to be scared of that, and I definitely was. So after it actually ended up clearing it out, and I came to my treatments and I kept listening to my estheticians and I kept listening to Justina, it just started to clear. Again, I get it. I had my guilty pleasure and I did pick every here and there. But even then, it's actually shocking that with even the extent that I was picking at my skin, it was still progressing. So that's
Wow,
really
that's wonderful.
so
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
I went through a lot of other estheticians, a lot of different skincare, a lot of my own research, and nothing helped until I found the Acne Clinic with Justina.
Well, it's a testament to her work that you went there and now you're as a client and now you're working there. So tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about the several treatments that you have to offer because you have what is it called? The
Micro,
RF
the R.
microneedling. Yeah, tell us like the services that you offer so our listeners can know.
Mhm. So again, if you are someone that struggles with acne, the biggest thing we're gonna have for you is, of course, treatments like enzyme masks, chemical peels down the line, and things like those. And then, say you come in and all you're worried about are scars, or you were an acne client and you're worried about scars, we have a treatment called microneedling. We have two actually. It's RF microneedling and regular microneedling. One is with a smaller pen. The other has a suction device with added radio frequency, which actually
Mhm.
helps not feel as much pain, which usually don't anyways because we numb you. But it makes it a lot easier to do the treatment and you actually penetrate a lot deeper. So you're actually able to stimulate the collagen and elastin underneath the skin. So color comes back easier, texture comes back easier. And that's for a lot of things like scars, but also for lines, wrinkles, pigmentation, and this
Mhm.
is now going into anti-aging or just simply, like I said, sun damage. Um, Along with that, we can go further into anti-aging and we offer RF, which is an RF anti-aging machine where we use metal prongs to heat the skin, the tissue, to give you a non-invasive either facelift or a we'll align your jaw.
Define.
It's supposed to define the features on your face.
I
And it
love it.
also, again, helps with lines and wrinkles. So that's,
Mhm.
again, something that a lot of our anti-aging clients love. And even the clients that were on acne, they ended up going into that. The only other thing that I can think of at the moment that we have is something called jet plasma. Jet plasma is similar to microneedling in the aspect where it's stimulating the skin. However, it only reaches that top epidermis. It's not going to
Mhm.
go as deep because you're not using the needles to penetrate and create those microchannels. But the jet plasma is still good for that superficial, whether that be for spot treating things like acne or trying to specifically get the crow's feet along the eyes or the smile lines. That's what those are for. So those are all the kinds of different services that we offer. For each client, we always want them to come in first for a skin assessment so we can really see what it is that you need. And then we can tell
Mhm.
you, okay, this is the skincare that you'll require, and then you can go ahead and go along with these treatments and so on and so forth.
Do you charge for a first time consultation slash assessment?
No, at the moment, no, we do not. So
Okay,
whenever they
great.
want to come on in, they can just say, hey, this is my concern. When are you available? Boom. And then we've got you in.
Wonderful. And Justina has been in business for about 8 years, you said?
Yeah, give or take. It's been, yeah, just about 8 years.
And
She had
and
a
you
lot of
guys only
different.
had and you guys only had the Summerlin clinic. From what I understand, it's now also in Henderson.
So at the moment, we no longer have the Henderson location, but that's because
Okay.
we would still stay in that area, but we're going to go to more Spring Mountain area and we're going to go
Okay.
and see different areas where we can really have our own location. And that way it's a
Okay.
lot easier for our clients to find us and it's still closer by. So at the moment,
Okay.
we are still only located at the Summerlin location, the one
Okay.
on Durango and Desert Inn. But very soon we will be opening another location. And once we have all that information, we'll release it all to you guys as well.
Ooh, mystery, mystery. I
Yes.
love a mystery. Very awesome. And can you give us the address for and the phone number? How can people find Acne Clinic by Justina? Tell
Uh,
us how people can find you guys.
So it's as simple as if you wanted to go on Google and throw in Acne Clinic by Justina, you'll be able to find us on Facebook, on Instagram, and also just the regular address. So the address you asked for, it's 3220 South Durango Drive, Unit B3, here, Las Vegas, Nevada, zip code 89117. And as far
Wonderful. What's
as
your phone number?
phone number. So I'll give you two. Miss Justina's is 702-890-8760. And then for mine, it's 702-344-4085. And that's both of our work phones. So we'll be able to answer at any point. We can send you links for information if need be, but those are our best contact phone numbers.
Very good. And I'm going to end this interview by
Mhm.
leaving my own testimonial here.
Yes. Been with us for quite some time. I would love to know.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
so good.
you have been treating my skin for under Justina's guidance, obviously,
Yes.
for about a year
Mm-hmm.
and maybe a little over a year. And I am just so happy with the texture of my skin. My lines have reduced. It's clearer, it's more shiny. You guys got rid of some sunspots that I had. So
Yes.
I'm so happy with how you approach me and how kind and how sensitive and soft you are. You have a client in me for life. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that very much, Camila. We love you. We love having you here, and we love treating you. And I genuinely have seen such a change in your skin. It's amazing. So I'm
It
very
is.
happy to have helped as much as you have helped us as well. You know, and we've created friends along the way, and that's
Yes.
completely that's the way to do things.
That's priceless, right? Yeah. And check out Justina's article on Red Rock City Lifestyle in August. It's coming out. I know that we interviewed her. I'm
Mhm.
excited for the future, what it brings. And ladies and gents, if you are looking for the ultimate skincare, Justina and Tori will take really good care of you. I promise you.
We've got you. You are in good hands.
Thank you so much, Tori. I
Thank you,
will talk
Camila.
to
You're
you
the
later.
best.
Thank you for being here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Send this episode to a friend in need or family who is struggling with acne or skincare in general, and they will be really well taken care of. Thanks, Tori, once again. I will see you later.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.